Found a rust-red truck, key still swinging on a nail. Gas tank bone dry, ashtray full of mail. Bible on the dash, pages stuck with blood and tar. License plate hanging like a busted jaw on that car. And these iron lung lips drag breath from the black. Every note I've been pulls the night right back. Highways got a hunger for the crooked and the sick. I feed it my sin with these iron lung lips. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Motel neon blinked out years before my first regret. The room key in my pocket, burning like a cigarette. Sheriff in the rearview, face carved out of stone and smoke. But the road keeps singing like it once been broke. These iron lung lips drag breath from the black. Every note I've been pulls the night right back. Highways got a hunger for the crooked and the sick. I feed it my sin with these iron lung lips. I call my name in the shoulder dirt. Every mile of prayer, every chord of curse. If the devil wants change, I got none to give. Just a throat full of gravel and a will to live. These iron lung lips drag breath from the black. Every note I've been pulls the night right back. Highways got a hunger for the crooked and the sick. I'll die in the ditch chasing iron lung lips. Found a ring in the glove box, been thin like a prayer gone bad. Ash in the cup, map on the dash, red X where I bury my past. Motel key on a busted chain, rattles every time I hit the crack in the road. Name on the sign's been peeling 10 years, still points everywhere I promised I'd go. Got these molten lead blues heavy in my veins, slow and cruel. Every mile I chew tastes like rust and fuel. Got these molten lead blues, they drag my shadow through the dust, burn my tongue each time I say your name in trust. judge's words still stuck in my throat. Scales tipped hard when the sheriff shook my hand. Blood on the cuffs, mud on my boots. Truth sank deeper than the quicksand. There's a church with a door blown off. Choir books curled from a long ago fire. Drive by slow engine holding its breath. Hear you sing my name in that ghosted choir. Got these molten lead blues heavy in my veins, slow and cruel. Every mile I chew tastes like rust and fuel. Got these molten lead blues, they drag my shadow through the dust. Burn my tongue each time I say your name in trust. If I turn this wheel to the canyon edge, let the dark rush up like a black parade. Would the ground rise soft? Would your voice sound clear? Or would I just sing like a throwaway blade? Oh, got these molten lead blues heavy in my veins, slow and cruel. Every mile I chew tastes like rust and fuel. Got these molten lead blues, they drag my shadow through the dust till the road runs out and the sky runs red. With these molten lead blues. Blacktop bleeding in the rug, sunset like a busted truck. Mile markers lean like crooked teeth, vultures tracing names beneath. Bible in the dash, pages torn. Bottle in the seat, cap long gone. Rear view full of flashing ghosts. Every loud love the most. Hear the hammer's heavy echo rolling down that ragged road. Every sin I ever carried rides a wind that scraped my soul. If judgment's waiting at the gallows, let it swing and let it roar. Hear the hammer's heavy echo, I ain't running anymore. Gas gauge flirting under E, gravel spits and argues with me. Old church rotting on the hill, cross leans like a lost will. Tattooed knuckles on the wheel, spell out every deal I seal. One for blood and one for bone, both of them still unpaid loan. Hear the hammer's heavy echo, yeah, rolling down that ragged road. Every sin I ever carried rides the wind and scrape my soul. If judgment waiting at the gallows, let it swing and let it roar. Hear the hammer's heavy echo, I ain't running anymore. Used to think the law was men, badges, bars, a rusted pen. Now I hear it in the wire, humming low like funeral choirs. If there's mercy in that sky, it never once looked in my eyes. So I press my heel in deeper dust, drive this coffin made of rust. Hey, hear the hammer's heavy echo, rolling down that ragged road. Every sin I ever carried, rise the wind that scraped my soul. Is judgment waiting at the gallows? Let it swing and let it roll. Hear the hammer's heavy echo, I ain't running anymore. Headlines crawl on a cracked black ribbon, buzzards circling with the law they're missing. We got a rust red sky and a glove box Bible, page corners burn from every small revival. Ash on my jeans, blood on the throttle, old tin flask and an unmarked bottle. Her voice in the wind saying, boy, don't go. But the road already branded my bones. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants to ride, let him ride, let him roll. I made my deal in a rearview glow, left my name in the dust where the wild dogs roam. Two wheels and one soul and a heart that won't go home. State line sign shot full of sorrow, dry brown river where the saints beg tomorrow. Gas pump cough spits dirt in my shadow. Every mile marker feels sharp, feels shallow. Got sins in a sack where the tools should rattle. Boot prints baked in the bones of this gravel. If a prayer ever lived in this broke down road, it died in a ditch with an unpaid note. Said bride and a ghost and an unpaid note. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants to ride, let him ride, let him roll. Yeah. I shook cold hands in a neon glow, signed that line, then I let it all go. Two wheels and one soul and a heart that won't go home. If you hear that low roll under your window, that ain't thunder, that's my shadow, riding shotgun with the smoke and crows. Chasing every last lie this highway knows. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants to ride, let him ride, let him roll. When they carve my stone by the old dirt road, let it say road hard, never did what he was told. Two wheels and one soul, fading out in the undertow. pages torn and brown. Room keys swinging like a verdict coming down. Dead fly in the ashtray, lipstick on the glass. I wear every bad decision like a broken piece of bread. I'm a war-torn wanderer, blood on my duck, smoking my prayer. Every mile of fresh-made scar burned across the open air. I'm a war-torn wanderer, nothing left that I can own, just a name that I won't remember, and a road that cuts to bone. Sheriff's daughter tattooed my sins in ink, said, boy, you'll drown yourself before you ever touch that drink. Now my shadow's hitting on the shoulder of the night. I keep driving through the thunder, chasing something that ain't right. I'm a war-torn wanderer, blood on my buckle, smoke in my prayer. Every mile of fresh-made scar burned across the open air. I'm a war-torn wanderer, nothing left that I can own, just a name that I won't remember, and a road that cuts to bone. Graveyard of bottles rattling in the back. Every ghost I ever buried, clawing up through every crack. If there's mercy at the county line, it keeps turning out its light. So I trade another piece of soul for a little more of this night. Oh, I'm a war-torn wanderer, blood on my buckle, smoke in my prayer. Every mile of fresh-made star burned across the open air. I'm a war-torn wanderer, nothing left that I can own, just a name that I won't remember, and a road that cuts the bone. Headlights crawl on a cracked black ribbon, buzzards circling what the law left missing. Got a rust red sky and a glove box Bible, page corners burned from every small revival. Ash on my jeans, blood on the throttle, old tin flask and an unmarked bottle. A voice in the wind saying, boy, don't go over the road, already branded my bone. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants a ride, let him roll. I made my deal in a rearview glow, left my name in the dust where the wild dogs roam. One soul and a heart that won't go home. sorrow. Dry brown river where the saints beg tomorrow. Gas pump car spits dirt in my shadow. Every mile marker feels sharp, feels shallow. Got sands in a sack where the tools should rattle. Boot prints baked in the bones of this gravel. If a prayer ever lived in this broke down road, it died in a ditch with the unpaid notes. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants a ride, let him ride, let him roll. I shook cold hands in a neon glow. Signed that line, then I let it all go. Two wheels and one soul, and a heart that won't go If you hear that low roar under your window, that ain't thunder, that's my shadow. Riding shotgun with the smoke and crows, chasing every last lie this highway knows. Two wheels and one soul, rolling like a ghost in a borrowed coat. If the reaper wants a ride, let him ride, let him roll. When they carved my stone by the old dirt road, let it say he rode hard, never did what he was told. Two wheels and one soul, fading out in the undertow. Found a ring in the glove box dust, blood and brown rust on my saint's metal chain. Gas gauge dead, but the sky won't quit. Red sun sinking like it's feeling my shame. Motel key swinging from the rear view crack. Crucifix rattling through the holes in the road. A name carved faint in the steering wheel. My name carved deep in a white oak pole. Chrome and coffin, that's my ride, that's my fate. Steel bones, open grave, rolling slow through every state. Chrome and coffin, hear it moan, hear it scrape. Every mile another vow I break in this chrome and coffin cage. Deputies badge in the ashtray grime. Smell of rain and a burned out field. Radio fried, but I hear that night scream stuck tight in the windshield. Saw a dress in the ditch last spring. Caught on briars like a prayer gone wrong. Now every sign says turn back now, but this dead man's drive keeps dragging on. Crawling, crawling, that's my ride, that's my fate. Steel bones, open grave, rolling slow through every state. Crawling, coffin, hear it moan, hear it scrape. Every mile another vow I break in this chrome and coffin cage. dark, but the dark ain't talking back. Oh, it just laughs. Chrome and coffin, that's my ride, that's my fate. Steel bones, open grave, rolling slow through heaven's gate. Chrome and coffin, hear it moan, hear it scrape when I stall out on that final grave. I'll be buried in this chrome and coffin.